In July 2013, the Golden Boys of the class of 59 and their wags went to the Peak District. This follows their successful reunion in 2011 when they visited the Lake District. On that occasion, all but Mick and Anka attended. This time they came, but Tom and Christine were missing. Here are the 10 of us who received our gold awards at Buckingham Palace in July 1966. There are no photos of the award ceremony, but we have memories and some mementos. One teacher in particular, Mr. Scarborough, inspired us to go for the DoE awards. And we began in 1961 with bronze and finished in 1966 with gold. We did our gold expeditions in 1965 in 2 groups. The group of 6 were, at the back, Al South, Dave Robinson and Jim Eastwood, and at the front, Adge Wilkes, Pete Martindale and Benny Benfield. And here we are in 2011. The group of 4 were Mick Rooney, Stu Darby, Tom Caudron and David Wozencroft. It's the 26th of July 2013 at Thorpe in the Peaks. Only 3 couples have arrived, Adge and Barbara, Benny and Clavell and Jim and Helen. We drove to Oakamoor to do a couple of Staffordshire moorland walks. We started at the car park outside Oakamoor, crossed over the River Churnet into town and took the footpath Carwood. We turned north in Carwood and followed the path, then rode north, cut across fields to the top of the ridge and returned south through Starwood, then followed the road through Oakamoor to our start point. Adge confidently leads us over the River Churnet into town and then onto the footpath towards Carwood. After a few minutes in Carwood, we turned north. The path led out of the woods and then onto a metalled road. Despite questioning, Adge remained confident of his navigation.
This is only the second.
No, it's the third, but it's the second one after the house. North!
The northernmost part of the route is in open fields, but as we head south again, the track turns into Starwood. This is the last part of the route before reaching Oakamoor. Finally, we head back over the river to our cars and then drive to the Ramblers Retreat. It was only a short drive from the car park at Oakamoor to the Ramblers Retreat pub, where we took lunch. After lunch, we headed past the old mill pool up Ousledale to the road in Stonydale. We went south to Old Furnace and then returned along Dimmingsdale to the mill pool and the Ramblers Retreat. Here we are setting off. It was only a few minutes to the mill pool. An attractive stretch of water with some unusual birds.
Bluebill duck.
The ladies strode confidently ahead, and the men followed as we walked up Ousledale. We soon crossed the open fields and were on the track past Old Furnace. The track met the river and followed its path all the way back to the mill pool. And those lovely reflections there, those leaves. A flock of Canada geese were busy eating. In another 5 minutes, our walk was over. During the day, the remaining Golden Boys and their wags arrived, and we all met at the Coach and Horses in Fenny, Benton for drinks and a meal. There was a gentleman's table and a ladies' table. Here are the ladies.
I'm Anke. My husband is called Michael Rooney. I'm Margaret, and I'm with Anne. Hi, I'm Barbara, and I'm with Anne. Hello, I'm Paul with Dave. Lavelle with Ian. I'm Molly, I'm with David. Hi, I'm Bernie, I'm with Pete.
And here are the gentlemen. Benny, Al, David, Mick, Adge, Pete, Stu, Dave, and finally Jim. We had a splendid evening, rounded off by our own professional accountant, making sure the bill was just right. Saturday was the big day. We assembled at Hillcrest House for the start of the 2013 anniversary expedition. Thanks to Benny, we were all suitably kitted out with hats and t-shirts. We were in good cheer as Chief Navigator Adge North Wilkes led us down towards Thorpe at the start of our expedition. Here's our route. The expedition began at Hillcrest House in Thorpe. We headed south through Thorpe and took the track west to Blore and then walked to Ilam Hall. From Ilam Hall we headed north to Dovedale, descended down to the river at Ilam Rock, crossed over the footbridge and followed the valley back to the stepping stones. We then headed round Thorpe Cloud back to Thorpe. Here we are, heading south in Thorpe. Past the church and taking the track down the valley to the bridge over the Dove. It was then uphill to Blore, and after a short stretch on the road we took the footpath and then the road again to Ilam. I've got you in the lead, Benny. We spent the remainder of the morning exploring Ilam Park, and then took lunch at Ilam Hall. Here we are after lunch, heading back into Ilam, and then taking the footpath north. There's a long climb ahead of us. It spread the group out. David knew his country code.
Through the gate, please.
Even Benny made it. The walking was easy along the ridge above Dovedale. Time for a drink stop, and in Benny's case a change of kit. And then we began our descent into Dovedale. Here we are, down at river level.
Yeah, we've got time to go up the cloud.
Oh, nice.
A quick briefing from the leader, and we're off again. Across the Dove, and past Ilam Rock. It was a pleasant walk through Dovedale Wood. Some of our group were tempted to climb the rocks above us, but opted for a lesser peak than Jacob's Ladder. Finally, we reached the stepping stones. Had our photo call, and then headed south to Thorpe. The sheep weren't sure as to what to make of this group of old people wandering across their grassland. Here's our endpoint in Thorpe. We gathered for a final photo call and showed we were still in good cheer after our trek.
Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip, hooray!
It's time to freshen up for the evening banquet at Blore Hall. We started with aperitifs in the gardens of this medieval hall.
Here's Paula going for another bottle.
A chair.
The banqueting room awaited our arrival. Soon, we settle down and the meal begins. Oh, you're going to give a speech to head of table. I can see what I'm doing.
Snooker. We were all day yesterday. We were going to the Blue It's around. It's not quite the same.
After about an hour and a half of eating and drinking, it's time for speeches. First Adge.
Very long distances, Ian and Nick and Anchor in particular, and obviously Clavell.
He thanks everyone for
various
coming
reasons,
and raises a toast to the
absent
next
friend.
time.
The next time. Cheers.
Benny proposes thanks to Adge and Barbara for organising this reunion.
I would like, on behalf of all of us, to extend a sincere vote of thanks to both Barbara and Adge for all the hard work they put into organising.
And then ruminates on possible future expeditions.
The other thought I've had is, why don't we do a walk which would be from Carl's Grammar School to Buckingham Palace? Because we started, and that's about 197.3 kilometres. I checked on the map. One of those things that, something a little bit.
Not everyone is a keen walker.
If there's no walking involved.
Especially if the crew can walk off for a fag for 5 minutes.
and Barbara were presented with a thank you card from us all.
She's got north going.
And we continued to drink and enjoy the banter for the remaining of the evening.
After the engagement ring, we didn't buy 35 years. He went to the source to get it.
I was digging for about 3 days.
By the size of it, you wouldn't think so.
Now we're talking about the ring.
Yeah, we're talking about the
I failed to record Pete's proposal to Bernie.
The sooner you do it, the sooner you can write another flag.
He's only got a 2-hour battery.
Next morning, it was time for farewells.
A newly married couple.
Some were heading straight home, others, like Helen and I, were off for another walk before our return journey. Here's the expedition group. Special thanks to Benny and Clavel for providing the shirts, and to Adge and Barbara for organising the whole event.